All right. Hey, team. I wanted to come and just share some information with you regarding ZipForms, give you a little bit of training. So, when you log in, you should see your dashboard and it should look something like this. And as you are entering files into ZipForms, just want to share a couple of things to maybe help you out a little bit. So, as you will normally do, you'll go to Transactions. And remember that when you're using ZipForms now, we're using it more than just your form creation. So we want to make sure that we are using every single aspect of it. So as you always would, you would click New Transaction. And for the purposes of today, let's call it a new listing because you got a list to last. And I want you to name it. This is a listing, so we should have an address. Trust me, if you name it the address, I think your ZipForms is much cleaner and works a whole lot easier, especially if you keep your listings named under the address. So we're going to call it 148 Old Bridge Road. Okay. And I'm going to put the address in again. You could choose to name it the name of your client. I think for search purposes, for me, I always know people by their address. So that's how I've always done it. But again, this is really your ZipForms. The only thing I'm concerned with is the compliance folder, which I'm going to show you in a little bit. If you have your own personal templates, you can select your personal templates here by selecting templates and it will apply them. You can choose personal listing template if you've created one, or you can choose the global template for a listing. Now, the global template is going to be blank. And I know that when we first rolled out ZipForms, the global template was automatically applying. It no longer auto applies. You'll notice down here the only global template that is applying is this listing compliance folder. So we are not adding all the pages into your file anymore for you. You'll want to have your own template. So I'm going to choose personal listing template. And then I'm going to click save. And now it's going to create my transaction. Okay. It's going to open it up. And you'll notice you've got a couple of different toolbars in ZipForms. So this one up here is your dashboard, forms, transactions. It's going to follow you all the way through navigating ZipForms itself. Now down here, once you have a transaction, you'll notice the transaction name is here. You're going to have a summary, parties, documents. You have a checklist. You have your e-sign and your history. We're going to start with your summary, and I want you to fill out your summary, and you're going to constantly be working on this summary page all through the transaction because this is where you're going to put all the information that we need in order to get your CDAs processed timely, your pendings entered correctly, and your closings done correctly. So the more information you put in here, the better. This is not a place where we leave it blank. I need you to fill it out as much as possible, especially when it comes to listing date. And then once you have a contract, you're going to come back in here, you're going to put in the offer date or and then also your contract date once it's executed. That would be your execution date, the closing date. Okay. And then you'll notice right here it says escrow number. If this field is blank, it means that it has not hit Beatrice's information. So you're not going to put anything in the escrow number, but you will know that she has reviewed your file when you have an escrow number. And then put in all your commission information, the amount of the commission, if there's any other special deductions, what those, and then give us details on those deductions. If there's a referring agent, please put that information in. And then if you know the information for the commission buy side. All right, so this summary page, you're going to want to fill it out as much as possible from the very beginning, and then as new things come along, you will add those in there. The next major tab is the parties. Please, please, please add every party to the contract. So that would be you as the listing agent. It would be your seller, seller 1 and seller 2. When you add seller 1 and seller 2, please add all contact information, not just an email. We need to have their phone numbers in here added. This is especially important for your buyers, so that when those uh, referrals go over to insurance, they have all the information they need to be able to reach out to your client. So make sure you're filling it out completely. You are going to also add the co-broke agent in here, the agent on the other side once it's under contract. We need name, phone number, email, address, any referring agent, anything like that. And then I'm going to tell you, go ahead and add your title company in here so you know who you're closing with, has all the correct information, so that Beatrice knows who you're closing with, and can get the right escrow officer, escrow agent. And then you have this add other. If I were you, I would add any referral partner that I have sent to my client here, so that I have a documentation of who I've put, or you can also add them under service providers. Okay. So you have buy side, sell side, and then you have service providers. For today, that's all we're going to go over. I think those are the most important. Be on the lookout. We will do another video soon, and hope you have a wonderful weekend.